Hey guys, Jacob here. This is going to be the 14th of January 2020 weekly reset. First, we're going to be starting at the front desk as usual. He's selling a converted SMG9 with Ignited Extra and Protected Reload. Ignited is really nice if you guys are trying to make a burn build, but I know a lot of you guys are most likely going to be using the Pyromaniac. A Black Market AKM with Eyeless, Jazz Hands, and Zen. A D50 if you guys are trying to make the Liberty pistol if you're new and can't get your hands on one. They're selling one, that way you can just get all the parts and convert this into the exotic handgun. Badger Tough Backpack, which has 20,000 health, weapon damage, skill power, and skill haste. A Fenris chest piece, if you guys are new and looking for a chest piece to just, use and get away with it, which you always can use Vital in your backpack to get Vital, but you do have Destructive here for 40% explosive damage, and you could always change that to Harden if you don't mind using headshot damage, but you could change the headshot damage to weapon damage and have 21,000 health, crit chance, and weapon damage, and you could get away with using this chest piece. And it does have a defensive mod slot, which kind of sucks, but if you are trying to make a defensive style build, you could make this work. Next is going to be the Defensive Protocol Critical mod with 1.5 weapon damage, 4% optimal range, and 2% headshot damage. Graphening Battery, which is 44.3 duration. Weather Coating, which is 60.5 health for the turret housing slot. And that's going to be pretty much it for the front desk vendor. Now, the next location is going to be the clan vendor. Some of you guys may or may not have this open, depending if you're in a clan or not. So that's just a reminder to letting you guys know ahead of time. But at the clan vendor, they're selling the Fox Prayer named knee pads. These are the Overlord knee pads, which have 13,000 health with perfect entrench, headshots from cover, repair 15% of your armor, requires a rifle or marksman rifle drawn. So if you guys are using a rifle, I'd recommend picking these up due to the fact you get 10% rifle damage just for using the bonus 1, and you actually get armor for using the bonus 2 if you're going to be using 2 pieces of it. And this does have an offensive mod slot. Next is going to be the 2 Patriot gloves with LMG damage, marksman rifle damage. Negotiator's Dilemma gloves, which have 2.5 health and 317 skill power. Negotiator's Dilemma holster with 7,000 health, 33% skill haste. Decurios revolver with steady handed distance and recharge. SVD paratrooper, Ranger Jazz Hands protected deploy. A P416, which this one actually is not too bad. If you guys need one, then I'd recommend picking this up if you guys have been trying to find one. This one has extra and strained, and you can use this on a crit style build and actually change extra out for Allegro. So if you guys are new and looking for a pretty decent gun, I'd recommend picking this up. Sorry they don't have base damage turned on, but if you guys are new, I'd recommend picking this up, or if you're looking for one with these rolls, then I'd recommend picking it up as well. Another chest piece, which is going to be Fenris. This one has payload, self-adjusting, 20,000 armor, weapon damage, and headshot damage. M16A2, Preputation, Stable, and Zen. Sokolov holster with crit damage, crit chance, and skill power. Raleigh's Holdings with 11% marksman rifle damage and kneecap. If you guys are looking for marksman rifle damage, I'd recommend picking up these gloves and rolling them on something like your Aces build. Defensive Protocol Stamina mod with extra incoming healing, 11% skill health, and 6,435 health. Alignment Valve for 45% extra damage on the Firefly propulsion slot. Utility System Assist mod, which has 4.5 burn damage, grenade damage, and skill power. So if you guys are trying to increase burn on something, then you can purchase these and increase the burn a little bit. Next is going to be the multi-tool for the turrets. And that's going to be pretty much it for the clan vendor. The next location is going to be the Theater Settlements. He's selling a Black Market SASG-12S with Ignited, Optimized, and Wascally. M16A2 with steady handed distance and cannon. A pretty awesome pair of Fenris gloves. If you guys are looking for Fenris gloves, I'll probably actually pick these up to the fact they have 5% rifle damage, 5,000 health, and weapon damage for devastating. And if you guys are looking for builds in the future to use, and if they're going to be changing some of the talents and stuff, for a good example would be if you guys are not aware, they talked about changing passive talents. So if they do change these, devastating may not even be on these gloves anymore, which does kind of suck, but overall, it's a good pickup if you guys want to have a pair of them. Next is going to be the Badger Tough knee pads, which these ones have 7,000 armor and 4.5 total armor. So if you guys are trying to find a pair of Badger Tough knee pads with double blues, an offensive mod, you could pick these up to get a little bit extra damage to elites and a little bit of extra armor, because you could cap that 4% total armor to a really high percentage roll. Defense Protocol mod with bleed resistance, shock resistance, and 6,150 health. Brushless DC motor for the Seeker Mine driver slot, 42.8 health. Synthetic mineral frame for the ballistic shield, which is 79% skill haste. And a tungsten compound for the Firefly payload slot, which is 9.7 blind duration. And that's going to be it for the theater settlement. The next location on the list is going to be the campus settlements. They're selling a Model 700 with Ranger, Accurate, and Protected Deploy. Black Market M60E6 with Ignited, Extra, and Greased. D&H Mask, which has crit chance, damage to elites, and destructive. China Light Industries holster with 585 skill power and crit damage. Utility Assist mod with explosive damage, 125 skill power, and 1.5% extra outgoing healing. Slip Fit Tube for the Chem Launcher, which is skill haste, 67%. Network Firewall, which is the radius for the Hive system slot. And the Nickel Chromium Wire, which is 174% remote skill haste for the Pulse Coil slot. And that's pretty much going to be it for the campus settlement. Next is going to be the Dark Zones. We are starting out at DZ West as normal. If you guys have been sticking to these resets that I upload every week, we're going to be starting at DZ West first. Reminder, if you guys are new to the game and you just started playing and you guys are not familiar with how some of the Dark Zones work, this is actually a different type of currency. You'll have to find this in the DZ. It can be found in the Occupied and also be found in the Normalized by opening boxes, which are located around the map. First, he's selling a Black Market SASD-12S with Ignited Optimizing Cannon, a lightweight M4 with steady-handed Jazz Hands and Cannon. Also, quick reminder, you guys probably know already, the lightweight M4 is not the same gun from Division 1. If you just now started playing from Division 1 and you're new, due to the fact I know the holidays just ended a little while ago, but I've met a lot of new players recently playing this, and they think this is a fully automatic gun. Alp Summit Armaments Gloves with 10% SMG damage compensating utility mod slot. Sidewinder knee pads for Gila with 10% total armor. So if you guys are looking for Gila knee pads and you guys need a pretty decent total armor roll, I'd recommend picking these up. And they do have braced on them, so you get a little bit extra weapon handling while you're in cover. Defense Protocol mod, which has health regen, extra incoming healing, and 3,970 health. Delivery System upgrade, which is the Cluster Seeker Mines, which is for the drive slot. Titanium Reinforcement, which is 99.2% for the hard coating slot. And the Guided System slot for the max targets for the Firefly. And that's going to be it for DZ West. Next location we're going to be is going to be DZ South. Yeah, it does not say on the side here, but I will show you guys this. This is DZ South if you guys are not aware. It says right here. But this week, she is selling a Vector SPR 45 ACP with extra, rooted, and unwavering. An F2000 with Reformation, Distance, and Cannon. An M45A1 with Strain, Jazz Hands, and Protected Deploy. A Badger Tough backpack which has a lot of blues on it, 10,000 armor, 6% total armor, and 10,000 health with 13% skill haste. Providence chest piece with crit damage, weapon damage, and 10,000 armor with hardened. Offensive Protocol mod with crit chance, crit range, and weapon damage. Gaffer tape for the drone, which is 46.3%. Weather coating, which is 93% for the turret, and that's going to be for the weather coating on the housing slot. And that's going to be it for DZ South. Now the final location on the list, of course, is going to be Dark Zone East, which she is right over here in the corner. She's selling an M700 Carbon with steady-handed Jazz Hands and Zen. An M249 with Eyeless, Accurate, and Double Duty. An Alp Summit Mask with 11,000 health on kill with Dialed In. Sokolov holster with passive health on kill and crit damage. Utility System Electronics, which is for the turret, Chem Launcher, and for skill power. Fusion for the Chem Launcher Pneumatic slot, which is 43.4% damage. Polycarbonate housing, which is for the Hive system slot, which is 43.9 health. And more Coin Wire, which is the remote skill haste, which is 190.2. That's pretty much going to be this week's vendor reset, guys. Thank you all for watching. If you're new, make sure you guys subscribe to more Division 2 content. I upload pretty much every week. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one.